Good evening. Well, I'm making this video because of all the media has been just flooded about sexuality, and I felt the need to discuss it a little. First off, I want to say that politically, socially, I am considered a moderate. Some aspects of me are considered conservative, and many aspects of me are considered liberal, so I say I'm a moderate. I try to see the positive side on both sides of the story here, find out what works best, and that's why I'm happy to be a moderate. Secondly, we're talking about sexuality, and there are some aspects of sexuality I have no experience in. We're going to be talking about the LGBT community. I am a straight heterosexual. I do not have experience in certain aspects of this, and so I am talking about my opinion and from what I understand of society and said relationships. It does not mean I'm an expert. I am just stating my opinion. So if I say something that is offensive, it is not intentional. And if I am saying something completely wrong, please tell me. I would like to learn. Okay? So, here we go. First part is about Bruce slash Caitlyn Jenner. Um, this is a media circus. It is my opinion that if Germany was to declare war on France, it would still be a page 2 article because Caitlyn Jenner decided to wear a black dress by a certain designer. It's that bad. The pagan community, on the most parts, is very open-minded about the LGBT community. So people like Caitlyn Jenner would be welcomed into it without really any hassles whatsoever. We do have people that disagree with homosexuality, the whole LGBT community, but those people are few and far between. Pagans generally will support the LGBT community. For us, we see people as, I should say, I see people as the individual. Um, right here is Bob. Bob is a hard worker. Bob likes pizza. Bob drinks Old Milwaukee for some weird reason. But that's Bob. I don't see Bob as, oh, that's Bob. He's the homosexual of the group. No, because his homosexuality is not important to me. I take his homosexuality to be as what I wish religion would be. I don't want to be known as, well, there's Lauren the pagan. No. I want to be known as Lauren. Hey, that Patriots fan that drinks way too much Pepsi. That's what I want to be known as. Okay? And I think a lot of people wish that that's how we were known in the pagan community. Not as the pagan, not as the Wiccan, not as the witch, but just as who we are, as a whole, not as a part. I wish Caitlyn Jenner, the best. We are generous. There are people that are born in the wrong body, and they at some point make a transition to try to find what makes them happy. And I am happy for it because we as individuals change, we evolve into who we are right now. The person that I am today is not the person that I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I wouldn't be doing this, but I am now because I have changed. I have found my voice. I have found reasons to stand for what I believe in. But she has found her place where she is starting to find inner peace and happiness. And for that, I am 100% supportive of Caitlyn Jenner. Um, she has a long journey ahead of her because of who she was and in the family that she is associated with. So she's got a long journey ahead of her, and I think the media ought to back the fuck off and give her a chance to transition her life more calmly instead of the three-ring circus that it is today. The next one is the Duggars. I have done my best to just stay away from this. I did not want to know anything of this. I hear bits and pieces and it just makes me sick. The latest tidbit of information that I learned is that supposedly the Duggar boy, I think his name is Josh, is not considered a pedophile by two of his sisters because what he did was when the girls were asleep. It makes him a nut job as far as I'm concerned. If you do not have the type of control to keep your pants on around little kids, you ought to be shot. What he did was morally wrong. And this is something that the pagan community does not have to fight as much, but we still have to worry about. The pagan community is not as sexually repressed as the Abrahamic religions are. We all have heard stories of Catholic ministers molesting young boys and that. And that's almost like a worldwide problem that the Catholic Church deals with, and they're part of the Abrahamic religions. We've had a couple pagan people that were arrested with pedophilia, and that was something that we have people that have tried to wash their hands away and say this person is not a pagan. They did the same thing that Christianity does, oh, this person did this and that was wrong, so this person was never a Christian because a real Christian would not have done blah, 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 blah. One of the great things about paganism is that we're not sexually repressed. We are able to express ourselves sexually when we want to, when we are comfortable with. And as long as we do not break the law or violate other people's rights, we can express ourselves as we wish. So if I wanted to find a secluded spot where nobody was around and dance around naked, I could do it. I'd make sure nobody was around so nobody screamed. There are people that do the threesomes, and we got the swingers and all that. And if all the people involved are in agreement, do it. There's talks about Wiccan orgies, and that's just a stereotype. Sexual magic, yes, we pagans do have that. It's a part of our ways, but we're not repressed. There's a lot of Christian denominations that say the missionary position, where the man's on top is the only way that they should have sex, because it's all about procreation. It's about having kids. It's not about enjoyment, because sex is a sin unless you produce a kid. So please, learn about your sexuality legally, respectfully, and understand it. Don't express your or force your sexuality upon others. Respect other people's views. If you don't agree with them, that's fine. You don't have to agree with them. You can say, that's not my cup of tea, and that's that. But you shouldn't be going, oh, that's gross. I will never do that. How can you think like that? That's, ugh. And then, chastise them for their sexuality. As I said in the beginning of the video, I have never done a homosexual act. So how two guys are doing it, to me, is not interesting at all. And yes, I would find it disgusting because I don't want that done to me. But what Steve and Bob do in their own house or in the back of the car, back of a Walmart, wherever, I don't care because they're not forcing it on me. So, guys, girls, enjoy your sexuality, express yourselves, be who you are. If you know somebody that is being sexually active that is causing harm to others, call the police. Call the Department of Human Services. Stop it. Okay? Protect those who can't protect themselves. That is what we have to do. So this video has gone on long enough. I think I've made my point. So everybody, take care. Be at peace.